Let us chant loudly. Om. Om. Om.
Om Sahana Sahana Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gajananam Bhutaganati Sevitam Kavittajambupalasaravakšitam Umasutam Shokavinashakaranam Namami Vigneshwara Padapankajam Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir me sada Akhanda-mandalakaram Vyaptam yena characharam Tatpadam darshitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatkinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapi Yat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Bandhu cha Saka Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantah Punah Punaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Vasutam Devam Kamsa-Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you, Lata Rajshekhar-ji. Hari Om to all. So we are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter-wise summary, and we are on the 12th chapter, that is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti means devotion. Devotion is another form of love. So as we are growing in spiritual journey, we must ask these questions: whether my love for God is increasing, whether my love for Shastra is increasing, whether my compassion is increasing. Because Arjuna has asked this question to God, where this chapter starts, that which one is better, which one is superior, Sagun or Nirgun Bhakti. So God has mentioned that both meditators reach me. But what is the definition of Saguna Bhakti, which is very important, so we have to keep repeating. Unconditional love, Maya Vesha Mano Imam. Entire thoughts and intellect is focused on God, Atma, self, scriptures, where the moment the mind is completing any job, the mind automatically gravitates towards that. Like there is a small child and mother is working. The moment the work is over, the mind, at the back of the mind, the child's thought is always there. Shruti is behind there always when we play some or we sing a song. Second, undisturbed steadfastness, nityukta upasate, and unwavering faith, shraddhaya pariyopetaste. So these are three important qualities we have to by heart and then keep imbibing it, developing it. Very interestingly, we have, where there is faith, there is relaxation. So we can check, because faith we cannot have a meter and check. But wherever there is faith, the person is relaxed and alert. Like when we sit in Uber, all khatpat is there till sitting in the Uber. The moment we sit in the Uber car, we know that driver GPS will take us to destination. We sit in the aeroplane, all visa, this, that, luggage, that, hand, ticket and all is there. Moment I sit in the aeroplane, I am relaxed for 2 hours or 15 hours if I am going abroad. Many people say, once I enter the aeroplane and get my seat and then put my luggage on the top and relax. Because why? Because now I know the driver will not make mistake. He will straight away, she will take to the destination. In the same way, those people who have faith on God, they are normally relaxed most of the time. Not that they are lazy, but generally relaxed because God is going to take care and I am doing my duty. Nirguna Bhakti, Bhagavan said, slightly more difficult. Klesho adhikatar, because my body identification is very strong, then Nirguna Bhakti is difficult for these people. What are the qualifications? Withdrawal of senses. That is a very difficult part because my senses and mind constantly goes out. And normally one law is there of senses and mind. Whatever it loves, the mind will flow towards it automatically. Without effort, the mind will start thinking. So I have to catch my mind and introspect that where is it flowing? Because if the mind is assuming happiness in particular thing, particular person, the mind will flow there. So sense withdrawal. Because nivrutti marga, nirguna bhakti, the person has to withdraw from names and forms and focus on Atma, self, after learning the Lakshanas. Equanimous to all, situation, object, person. Second one, sarvatra samabuddhaye. Being objective in life, having less dislikes. And the third one, intent on welfare of all. Sarva bhuta ite rataha. So how to develop this? I must stop about talking about myself, my story, my life, my problems, because that I am focusing on myself only. My significance is huge. My self-importance is huge. So the third qualification is not met if too much of self-significance is there. Then Bhagavan said the process is like this, 4 stages in Saguna Bhakti. Fix your mind and intellect on me. If it is not happening, practice. If that is also difficult, perform all actions for me. That means let go the doership. Bhagavan, that is also difficult, then renounce all fruits of actions. You start with it. Bhagavan, all that is difficult because my life is constantly into family, job, business, this, that. Okay, then Bhagavan told, do one thing. For all your spiritual journey, you require 2 qualifications. Very important part is that 2 qualifications are required if I have to grow in any field. Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata, my mind must be at peace when I am in family. As I am spending more time in family, my mind must become more peaceful and peaceful, more loving and loving, more concentrated and concentrated. If that is not happening, somewhere I am Forgetting what is the purpose of marriage, purpose of job, purpose of doing some business, purpose of all transactions. So Bhagavan said here that I am going to give you 36 qualities to practice while transacting in life. Pick up one. Only one you pick up and develop, and then peace of mind will happen. Concentration will happen. And then the bhakti will increase, because ultimately my bhakti has to go, whether it is Saguna Bhakti or Nirguna Bhakti. So we saw in the last two sessions couple of qualities. This verse we had invited all of us to by heart because this is Gurudev's favorite verse. Advishta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmama nirahankara samadukha sukhakshami. This we have to by heart. One verse suppose we by heart. We get so many qualities that reduce deeper like dislikes for people, object, situation. Advishta. Sarva bhutanam, maitra, be friendly to all, not only to few people, even to watchmen, or not that we have to not take care of ourselves, but generally be friendly to all. Karuna evacha, show compassion not only to animals and dogs and cats, also to human beings and neighbors. Nirmama, be little dispassionate, detached, reduce attachment. Nirahankara, not very easy. Let go ego, self-importance, self-significance, self-stories. Samadukha sukhakshami, be balanced in dukha and sukha, and this will create peace of mind. And this peace of mind is required for spiritual learning. Otherwise, right now also while listening, half of the attention is on the mobile phone, half of the attention on WhatsApp, half of the attention on breakfast, half of the attention on lunch. Then my mind is not at peace, or it is not withdrawn. Then the next thing we saw, Santushta Satatam Yogi. Spiritual, this is very important for all of us to practice. Those who are attending Bhagavad Gita class or many sessions or lectures continuously during the week. One thing I must practice, which is very easy, being cheerful. And that should be seen from the face also. No, I am very happy and cheerful, but the face is constipated. The actions are constipated, then it is for others. Yesterday in one of the training programs, we were discussing what is the definition of service, because my life, our life, it must be more of service. But what is the definition of service? Definition of service is constantly a person thinks that what value I can add to other person's life. That is service. Some people think service means if there is some function, I will go and serve some people and I have done service. No, I will stand in the bookstall and do some book work. That is also service. But here Bhagavan is giving tips in every transaction. If I ask this question, that what value I can add to other person whom I am transacting with, whom I am living with right now. I cannot serve the country, I cannot serve Chinmaya Mission, but right now I have family members, I have society members, I have some members with me. How can I add value? And what is the second question in deeper level? Suppose I ask, what value I can add? No, I do not have anything. One definite value every person can add, which is very important. That is, in every transaction, I must ensure that other person feels good about himself or herself. Not about me. The person should not go after the transaction that, I met this person and he is very nice person. No. When you meet the person must feel that I felt nice about myself. So that is definitely I can do. We have covered many, but two of my favorites. Yasman no dvijate loka, lokan no dvijate chayaha. This is very important to practice. What it means is that a person who is not disturbed much by what is happening outside. Very important that I should not be disturbed so easily by people, situation, objects. Sometimes it's okay, but that disturbance also must go after some time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour. 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, 6 months, the disturbance remains. And then I must not disturb others. Other people should not get agitated by me, And I should not get agitated by other people. Yasmanno dvijate loka, lokanno dvijate chaya. So here, suppose we observe what Lord is doing here in 36 qualities. He is not talking about Maya, Brahma, Moksha. He is telling in day-to-day transactions. What is our transaction? Our transaction is with people. Our transaction with objects, our transaction with situation. In this, you develop these qualities, my dear Arjun, and then you will be qualified for meditation. And today we are going to spend time on very important words, Anapeksha Suchir Daksha. So the quality in this verse, what Bhagavan is telling is very important to us, and Guruji has given a lot of significance to this in his discourse on this. Anapeksha we are going to discuss for at least some time. Anapeksha means no expectations. Now everyone has to, listen attentively how this topic is unfolding. What are the various things in expectation? What is expectation? What are the different ways we can address this particular topic? So that the verse is 16th verse, Anapeksha Suchiridaksha Udasino Gatavyatha Sarvarambha Parityagi Yo Mad Bhakta Same Priya. I love this devotee. I like this devotee more who has no expectation or less expectations. Now we will have to think and analyze. Anapeksha means what is he talking about? Why this is important? Because most of our problem, 95% of our problem, or we can say 99% problems in life are because of expectations what we have. No, I should not expect anything. I should not expect anything. That is also an expectation. So let us analyze it scientifically, properly. So what is the definition of expectation? First of all, definition of expectation is that our belief systems, assumptions about some future happening. And then I can have all kinds of beliefs, all kinds of expectation. First of all, let us generally say what all expectations I have, because many of us are not even aware that I am having lots and lots of expectations from the world, from my people, relatives, and from myself. Unconsciously, subconsciously, consciously, I must become aware now that what all expectations I am holding. World should be like this, God should be like this, politics should be like this, nation should be like this, politicians should be like this, weather should be like this. This is all about the world. Unknowingly, I'm having this kind of expectations. And constantly people talk, what, there was so much of heat in the elections and we had to stand. Expectations. Then I have expectations from relatives. Husband should be like this, wife should be like this, mother-in-law should be like this, daughter-in-law should be like this, son should be like this, daughter should be like this, neighbor should be like this, building should be like this. But where is it written? No, my mother used to say, my grandmother used to say. Where is it written that this is the expectation? Everybody must have the same expectation. All people must behave accordingly. Then the third one, very important, I have expectation from myself. Dangerous expectations people have, that if I am not successful, I am no good. I'll repeat, this is a big expectation why people can go for depression and sadness and even suicide. If I am not successful in life, I am not worth living. So one sentence, those who are writing must write down, my worth should not be defined by my work. Because I know that I am Satchidananda Swarupa. My work must give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Expectation is clear. My work must give me pleasantness. My work must give me comfort. My work must give me some money. My work must give me joy while doing that particular work. My work must add value to others, but that will not decide my worth. My worth is clear. Vedanta says, I am Satchidananda Swarup. Before we go to day-to-day thing, let us address one point. When we are learning in Vedanta, Jagan Mithya, Brahma Satya, what can we expect from a false thing? When a person traveler is there, and with him the guide is there, both of them are thirsty, and both see a oasis in the sand, in the desert. The guide knows that I cannot expect to quench thirst from it, because what can I expect from false? So from Vedantic point of view, from day-to-day life, we are going to discuss. What is how the expectations are formed. Next topic. So we saw expectation definition. Next topic is how expectations are formed. Past experiences, internal desires, internal hopes, some information coming from somewhere. Somebody told me this restaurant is like this. Somebody told me this person is like this. Somebody told me this office is like this. This manager is like this boss is like this. Some information from, I have never cross-checked the reality. My knowledge, now very important one, where the core is coming. Ultimately, it comes to one core. How I am interpreting what is coming from outside, that creates my expectations, and that can lead to disappointment. Expectations actually destroy our mental peace without our knowledge for a long time at a deeper level. And unknowingly we expect. I had to face this challenge since many years, because I started taking study group class since I was when I was working before marriage, when I was 25, 26. The moment you take study class, people put some superimposition on you. Like Guruji says, all study group sevak become gurus. And then they expect that this person should behave this way, this way, this way. And this challenge all of us face in family life. Or you are attending Bhagavad Gita class and you are behaving this way. Expectation. I always tell this kind of joke. Suppose tomorrow you find me near a bar with green pant, red shirt, orange handkerchief, with one glass, 2 cigarettes. Will you attend next class? No, I will not attend next class. Because we have expectation that this person must behave this way. Our Gurudev used to smoke. Some people used to get upset that how can you smoke? You are a sannyasi. No. Sannyasis should not go and watch movies. They should focus there, but sometimes if they go and watch a movie, what is the problem? Our own expectations are there. Elderly people should behave like this. Or you have grown so much, but then you are so fond of dancing, music, this. But our expectations are false. So we can actually go on this topic and we have to analyze it very deeply, that what all expectations I'm having about people. What do we expect? Now we come to a very important one. What do we expect from people, things, relationships, positions? Most of the time, we expect two things when we generalize. What are the two things? We expect security and happiness. These are the two main causes where the expectations can go wrong. When we are in a family, in a business, in an office, or in building, first we want physical security. So there are security guards. Then we want financial security. Everything must be comfortable. At least some comfort must be there. Otherwise, the peace of mind is not. And the third thing, more deeper, emotional security. Nobody should hurt me. I should not get hurt so easily. Somebody hurts me. Somebody insults me. Somebody always puts me down. Somebody always reduces my self-esteem. Emotional security is not there. Then the second thing what we expect is happiness. In other words, what is happiness? Appreciation, respect, fame, power. We can increase this, some more likes. So suppose we think that what do I expect from people, relationship, position, anything in life? We expect security, and somewhere we want to feel secure. And that's the reason we get married, have a family, so we will secure. We build a house, so there is security. We have enough money in the bank, so there is security. And once we get that, we go to next level, that I want to feel good. I want to achieve something. I want to do something where I get appreciation, respect. Nothing wrong, nothing right. But these are expectations. Most problem in life are expectation mismatch. Nothing wrong to expect, but there is a possibility that this might not get fulfilled. So what are the three mistakes in expectations where majority of us are either cribbing, complaining, and this all coming from expectations? Where we find cribbing, complaining, criticizing, some of my expectation is not met. Thank God that God didn't give us to make this world. God says that how can I make this all world with good people? Can we watch even 20 minutes a movie with all good boss, good subordinates, good wife, good husband, good in-laws, everything good? It will be so boring. So God has said, I made this kind of world with variety. You manage your expectation correctly from this variety. So what are the three mistakes? Wrong expectation. First mistake, what happens that I expect wrong things from wrong person, object, situation. Simple example, expecting sweetness from salt, expecting sugar to be spicy, expecting chili to be salty. No, this is very grossing, but this is exactly what we do when it comes to people. No, this person is behaving that, but he is a Karela. No, that person is, too critical, but that person is salty. This person is too sweet, that person is sugar. So once we actually expect the right thing from right person, situation, object, then there is acceptance and peace of mind, and I can make sambar bhat, biryani, because I know exactly how much salt to put, how much chili to put, how much masala to put, how much rice to put, because I am expecting right things from that, and I know, and I can make a beautiful, tasty dish. In the same way, suppose this exact expectations happen, then there is harmony in transactions, beauty in relationships, and it is tasty also. Guruji says expecting security from money. Wrong expectation. Money can only give us comfort. Happiness from things. We cannot expect, because happiness is not located in the things. Happiness is located in subject, not in the object. Because suppose I am having samosa and I am feeling happy, then happiness is definitely there. We cannot deny happiness is not there. If there is rasgulla, samosa, something else, I am eating and I am feeling happy. Happiness is there, but where is it located? If it is in the object, then it must be available for everybody. But everybody is not happy by eating samosa or rasgulla. Then it must be located in the subject. So now experientially, by Shruti also, by Yukti also, by Anubhuti also, clearly identified that happiness is located in the subject, not in the object. Day-to-day transactions, where most of the time disappointment happens in the family, is that my children should do as I want them to do. They should get married at this age. They must have this time children. They must come home at this time. They must do this way. Because why? Because I did this way, my grandmother did this way. This is wrong expectation. We are going to come to right expectation also. Do you think that what you are saying here, Bhagavad Gita is saying that you should not expect? No, we should expect. But we must expect right things. And what are those right things? We are going to see. Second mistake, insistence on fulfillment. Suppose we do something, then why to expect that it will be fulfilled? Suppose it is half also, it is okay, but I have enjoyed the action, I have enjoyed the journey. I want this thing to happen this way only. The towel should be kept this way. The color of the towel should be this way. The soap should be this way. Now these are all objects. There are many people in their house, they are so fussy about it that everything should be that way only. One day, suppose something happens, there is entire mental, I cannot read Bhagavad Gita or meditate that way. One day, suppose the person in house, suppose every day I clean up the basin before sleeping. Some people, that it is right, good habit. But one day, 2 days doesn't happen, mind gets disturbed. No, this is very easy to say, but when it comes to people, the person should behave, very important. The person should love me. The person should treat me in this way only, then only the person is good. Now, other person's loving style would be different, treating style would be different, respecting style would be different. No, the person should do 1, 2, 3, 4, then only he loves me, then only the person respects me. This is insistence on fulfillment, strong insistence on the way things I want it to happen. And Bhagavan says, you cannot decide majority of the things, you cannot decide how things are going to happen. Things are going to happen my way. No, I am going to start today from Hound and it should not rain. Bhagavan says, how can you decide it should not rain? I will decide whether it is. No, rickshaw wala should be like this, taxi wala should be like this, receptionist should be like this person should be like this. Third mistake, unreasonable expectations. So wrong expectations are different than unreasonable expectation. My child should always come first. My child should become Sachin Tendulkar. My child should be best in that field, but I was average. I always ask myself that I got 60 marks in maths. If my child gets 70 marks, I am happy. No, you should get 80. No, this sounds to be very gross example, but this is what it happens unknowingly, that I expect unreasonable things. If I am not successful, I am not a good person. All people should be nice and fair to me. Unreasonable expectations. Now, whenever we work in an organization, there is no fairness. People are going to be cunning. People are going to step on you and go ahead. No, the culture. My expectation is unreasonable. We will definitely try to create culture in a family, society, in nation. But if you see the history, 4 yugas, there was always fighting, there was always cunningness, there was always unfairness. So life is not fair or unfair. It is as it is. So what is the conclusion coming? Ya paschati sa paschati. We must develop a habit, a mind and intellect to see things as they are. Seeing reality. This is it. This person is like this. I cannot expect happiness from this person. I cannot expect good words from this person. I cannot expect appreciation from this person all the time. Because that person is like that. I am free. Disappointment happens if these 3 mistakes we do. And what is the definition of disappointment? The gap between expectation and reality causes disappointment, frustration. I am disappointed when someone doesn't fulfill my expectation. We should ask few questions. Am I fulfilling other person's expectation, all expectations? Can I fulfill everybody's expectation in this world? No. So definitely other people may not be able to meet to my expectations. So what? No, but that person is not giving its best. But how will decide what is his best? So how do we manage expectations, disappointment, irritation, frustration, cribbing, complaining, criticizing? These are all coming from unmet expectations in life. There are so many deeper expectations. Do not have psychological dependence, functional expectations we can have. This is one doubt I know many people would be thinking, oh, do you mean to say we should not have expectations? We should have. But that must be functional, that if I send one email, the reply should come functional. But my mind and my intellect and my psychology should not have so much dependence on it that I get upset for 1 hour, 2 hours, and then I cannot meditate, cannot read, cannot understand what is there. So Bhagavan is saying is that till you do not develop this kind of qualities, when you come to spirituality, I will understand, but it will not give me results. When I am telling you your Swarup is Satchidananda, pure existence, pure consciousness, infinite bliss, You will not be able to experience it because you are having wrong expectations, unreasonable expectations, and too much insistence on jayate gacchati iti jagata, that which is changing. So very important point. There are two things. Functionally, I must discriminate. Functionally, I must operate with people for functional level, that this is his job. I will expect this job, but psychological dependence must not be there on anything which is changing. Have right expectation. What are right expectations? Sweetness from sugar, comfort from material things, happiness from Atma and Lord and myself. My child should be happy and successful is a right expectation. But my child should do as I want. My husband and wife should do as I want. Then I am happy. No. They must be happy and successful is a right expectation. So we have defined what is right expectation also. Here, one subtle things, no, but so many things, my intention is that you should be happy and successful. So I am doing all these things and telling you, but let that person decide where that person's happiness and success lies. Not me. My success and happiness would be, doing this and getting married and 2 children. Other person's success and happiness would be in something else. If that person says I'm happy and successful, I must become more happy and successful. Happy. So, the beautiful example what Guruji has given, that my child must be happy and successful and secure is a right expectation. But the child should do this, then only the child will be successful and happy. Wrong, unreasonable expectation. And that's the reason all this Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Brahma Sutra and all we read, because we should exactly know that where happiness is located. Ramana Maharshi says that seeking happiness is not wrong, but seek at right place. Where is it located? If I am seeking at wrong place, my problem. So whenever I am disappointed, whenever I am frustrated, whenever I am irritated, whenever I am criticizing, first of all, I must ask this question, is my expectation? Am I superimposing something on others and then expecting that from somebody? Do not have wrong, unreasonable expectation, insistence on the result, and we must become mindful by introspecting. So this week, the sadhana is introspection, that what all things I have superimposed on people, situation, objects, especially people, we get disappointed. Now, very, very difficult thing coming in the last, before we close this topic of anapeksha, is that we do not express our expectations clearly. This exercise must be done in family also. Children must be able to tell parents, what do I expect from parents? Parents must be able to tell their child, why expect 1, 2, 3 from you? Best thing is to write a WhatsApp and send, these are my expectations, and leave the other person with their freedom. Suppose my expectations are not fulfilled, that is my problem, because I'm expecting from you. Expectation must be shared without complaining and blaming. Not demanding, no, you are not doing like this, so like this I'm unhappy, this I'm disappointed. That is your problem, not my problem. No psychological dependence on anything, because that is where the spiritual sadhak grows. Psychological dependence only on Atma, God, self, because that is where the permanent happiness is located. Suppose I expect permanent happiness from temporary people, situation, object, I am going to get disappointed. God will say, you are mudha, you are murkha, that you are expecting permanency from temporary things. Like one person went to Guruji and said, Guruji, I have got a job. Oh, very nice, congratulations, pedas. Oh, yeah. Where did you get the job? In a bank. But Guruji, 3 months they have kept me intern or on training. After 3 months, they will give me permanent appointment letter. Okay, let me know after 3 months. So after 3 months, the person went with another box of pedas. Guruji, I have got appointment letter. Now I am permanent employee of this bank. Guruji asked him that I'm very happy you got a permanent job in a bank, but whether that bank is permanent, it so happened that after 10 years, that bank went bankrupt. Permanent job, permanent happiness from relationship, object, situation. How is it possible? Because jayate gacchati iti jagata. Changing. So we'll complete this topic by what very beautiful saying by Guru Govind Ji. Jo Prabhu kino, so bhal maniyo, e sumat sadhu thai pai. What it means is that I have learned this. Who is saying? Guru Govind. Whatever Lord gives, I accept it cheerfully. Not tolerate. Acceptance is one of the greatest quality a person can develop. Acceptance is ya pashyati sa pashyati. Acceptance is seeing reality as it is. So what he says is that Jo Prabhu kino, so bhal maniyo. This is what I have learned. That I accept people, situation, things as they are, and then think what I need to do right now in this situation with this person, with this object. And that is where a person can remain peaceful and generate and develop this kind of peace of mind, which is going to be one of our one wheel for spiritual growth, Chitta Shuddhi, and the second wheel is Chitta Ekagrata. So I know this is a summary of chapter, Bhagavad Gita chapter, but there are certain verses we just cannot, avoid doing in detail. Shuchi. Now we are going to go a little faster for next 7 minutes. Shuchi, because all these things we have covered earlier.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
We can see only the first line, Anapeksha Shuchir Daksha. You are not sharing further thing.
I'm sharing. Shall I stop share and go again? Yeah, can you see now?
Yes.
Okay, so the next is...
But the first slide only, we could see only that Anapeksha Shuchir Daksha all this time.
Oh, so shall I go back?
No, it's okay. You talked about it.
Those who want to take photographs, they can say, take. So this is the entire slide. Definition of expectation, formation of expectation, 3 mistakes in expectation. What is the definition of disappointment? How to manage expectations, not psychological dependence, only functional dependence I must have right expectation, less insistence, and we must study more to learn what can I expect from what, and that is where Shastra comes. That is the reason we are reading scriptures, because only scriptures tell us that happiness is located in the Atma, not in the object, situation, person. So now next verse, 17th verse is, no, 16th verse only, Shuchi, 17th qualification. Shuchi means 4 things. Purity. What are the 4 things? Swachhata, Sundarta, Shuddhata, Pavitrata. My body must be clean, my mind must be clean, that is internally, but outside also my house must be clean, my drawers must be clean, my kitchen thing, suppose we open the doors and cupboards, it should not fall off. Swachhata, then there must be some Sundarta, some beauty to it. Then Shuddhata and Pavitrata. What are the English words? Cleanliness, beauty, purity, and divinity. One of the examples what Guruji gives here is that, when we go to South India, we can see this, when a person gets up in the morning, 4 o'clock, 4:35, there is a veranda, angan, that will be cleaned, broomed, swachhata. Then the sprinkling of water will happen, cleanliness. Then cow dung. Then there will be rangoli, that is beauty. Then there will be purity, that is flower and lamp. And then it will be written Jai Shri Ram, that is divinity. So all 4 coming in one to understand that Our house must not be only clean. This is very important because sometimes when we go to some houses, it shows that it is so disorganized. Sometimes it is clean but not beautiful. Sometimes beautiful, not but no purity. Sometimes purity but no divinity. I must feel peaceful in my house. At least in my house. We should not expect all houses should be like that because then we will get disappointed. But it should not lead to OCD. Obsessive cleanliness madness is not godliness. And then one more thing Guruji adds, this Shuchi we must practice in speaking also, not only in the surrounding. That my communication must be clean, beautiful, pure and divine. Next quality, Daksha, alert, attentiveness, ability to judge given situation instantly and correctly. I can think what is to be done. Otherwise, some people wait for long time how the decision is to be taken. Confused. Daksha, alert, what is to be done? Understanding the preciousness of human life and short life, we must be Daksha. We must also be spiritually smart and efficient like Lord Krishna. Some people think that spirituality means, okay, take away everything. Spiritual people are always nice, goody. Lord Krishna is a classic example of spiritual smartness, spiritual goodness. I should have goodness, but I must also be smart to handle myself. No, it's okay. All the time accommodating, all the time win-lose situation. And then I say, somebody taking me granted, I cannot say no. That is not spirituality. We must observe, these saints when they act, when they do, they are very daksha. Instantly they know what is to be done. One day we were sitting in Pavai Ashram with one Swamiji. The power went off. Immediately the first thought what Swamiji, okay, that person is going out, please go out and check. Not what is going to happen to me. That person just left the room and is going towards the gate. Go with him, somebody, and show him the door with some torch. Daksha. Daksha is only possible when I have less self-significance, not self-absorbed in my own thoughts, my own life, my own story. Then I can be Daksha, what is happening outside. Correct judgment, not 100% maybe, but at least 70 to 80%, my judgment should be correct about people, objects and situations. What is to be done in that situation? What is needed? That is Daksha, very, very important quality. Udasina, unconcerned, indifferent, impartial, neutral, dispassionate. That doesn't mean one becomes a stone. Okay, I got first rank. Okay, Udasina. Towards situation, objects and people. That means less cribbing and being objective and being neutral. Not that Udasina means not Hindi word that I am Udas, sitting sad. Not that sadness is not Udasina means indifferent, unconcerned. But that doesn't mean that I become like a stone. Okay, somebody gave a birth. Okay, somebody died. Okay, this is very good food. Okay, that's not Udasina. Functionally, there is interest, there is involvement, but I am not getting entangled. Involvement without being entangled is Udasina. There is a Udasina Akhada. Udasina means rising above all happenings of outside and inside. Means outside things and inside things are not disturbing me to great extent because I can focus on my path. I can focus on my meditation. I can focus on my swadhyaya. I can focus on my sadhana. Because the mind is at the back of the mind, my attention is on the Lord, the self, all these lakshanas which I have read. Gatavyatha, untroubled, free from pain, sorrow, fear. That means no criticism, no cribbing, no comparing. Otherwise, little sorrow and then I'm telling the entire world so much this. Little bit something good happens, I'm telling the entire world. So untroubled. There are some people I know, whatever trouble, pain, sorrow, not must I must suppress, but I must tell the right person to a doctor or a clinical psychologist who can take care of my pain, sorrow, fear, not to everybody and add on to their misery. Most people who know Gurudev, he was having heart problems, operating with 15%, 20%. So and naturally people, whenever used to meet him, how are you, Gurudev? How is your heart? How is your health? So one day he told, shh, don't ask, how is my body? How is my heart? Because if it listens, it will stop. I am not given even attention to my heart and body because I have to use it maximum for service of the people. Because if this some bad habits people have, the moment we meet somebody, you're not looking okay, everything is okay, no, with you. Why to ask this question? Observe something nice and say, no, how is your health? No, this you had 1 month back, now it is okay, no? So we must learn some techniques at these spiritual people, that not to get into such kind of conversation in the beginning when we meet a person. Why not to see something nice? Why not to see something beautiful and appreciate about the other person? Gata Vyatha means untroubled in the mind. I don't get troubled by situation, object, people for long time. So as we mentioned, though it is a summary, somewhere, we get, at least I get in learning, because when I listen to many commentaries, I feel like this must be included, this must not be left. So these are the 36 qualities. We have covered 18, 19 qualities, and some qualities are still remaining. The idea is to pick up one quality and check every day whether my Chitta Shuddhi and Chitta Ekagrata are increasing. Finally, all spiritual knowledge comes down to only 2 words, Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata, because that is measurable. When I am listening to somebody, my concentration is there. And when I transact with the world, after the transaction is over, my peace has grown, my love has grown, my ekagrata has grown. That is the purpose of marriage, job, business, and all transactions, that we must grow in these qualities. And then Bhagavan says the Saguna Bhakti and Nirguna Bhakti will happen just like that. You don't have to go and sit and do meditation. Meditation will happen in both Saguna or Nirguna. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you very much for listening.